Good morning and good afternoon for some of those on the webinar. This is Dave Neustraten, Managing Principal at the Pivot Group. It's great to have you here this fine fall day. We see folks attending from all over the country, Iowa, Arizona, Louisiana. So it's fantastic. Great to have you. Thank you for taking time out of your Friday for another Straight Talk on social media. I'm going to turn it over to Ian here shortly, and before I do, I just want to remind you that in your control panel there's a button for questions, and we welcome questions or feedback, comments. And then after the webinar is over, we're going to send you a survey so that you can kind of give us your feedback on the content. So without any more fluff from me, I'm going to turn it over to the main event, Ian Desher, our social media expert.
Starting with the news, as we always do. Last week, the Wall Street Journal reported that Yahoo is poised to enter the fray with Facebook, not by launching its own social media network, but by launching a service called Y Connect, which is going to allow media publishers, web developers, and other websites to integrate elements of their services with Yahoo. Even in name, this sounds similar to the Facebook Connect service, which has connected thousands of websites with Facebook's interface and has helped to make Facebook as popular and well-used as it is. It remains to be seen how popular Y Connect will be, but according to the Wall Street Journal, several major websites are already reporting that they will incorporate the new technology when it comes out. Y Connect, of course, isn't automatically going to put Yahoo nearly on par with Facebook as far as social media is concerned, but judging from similar cases in the past, you can expect Facebook to respond by adding features that mimic Yahoo as well. Good news recently for Facebook, it has started hitting with Target. In September, Target became the first retail store to sell Facebook credits, the currency that can be used inside of Facebook. And just last week, Target announced Facebook connectivity with their in-store Kodak photo kiosks. So instead of bringing a USB drive with pre-selected photos to print out, shoppers can now log on at the kiosk and browse their photo albums directly using their new social network connectivity software. All the Kodak kiosk print options are fully integrated with the Facebook photos, but the only thing you can't do is update your status at the kiosks. So that's the good news for Facebook and for Target. But there's also been some not so good Facebook news. Facebook made national news last week when it was discovered that many of its application developers have access to Facebook user information that they were then selling to advertisers. This set off another firestorm about Facebook's privacy policies, and Facebook responded quickly by promising to cut off any application that didn't abide by those policies. But at that point, the damage was done. Also, just last week, Facebook had its second service outage in about a month. Not as bad as about a month ago when it was out for 3 hours, but bad enough for internet commentators like Mashable.com to stand up and wonder what's going on. These are further growing pains for Facebook as it negotiates exactly what it means to be an international service provider open to outside developers with far more users than the United States has people. So Facebook has missed a couple of times lately, but look for it to improve their service. HubSpot reported recently on a recent study by University of Colorado Business School student Christopher Sabona, who found the following reasons why people unfriend other people on Facebook. This is what Sabona found. First of all, don't be boring. After surveying more than 1,500 Facebook users, Sabona found the top reason for unfriending is frequent, unimportant posts. The 100th post about your favorite band is no longer interesting, he said. Second of all, don't rant. The second reason was posting about polarizing topics like religion and politics. Sabona added, they say not to talk about religion or politics at office parties, and the same thing is true online. Number 3 is don't be rude. Inappropriate posts such as crude or racist comments were the third reason for being unfriended. I'll say a bit more in a minute about how Sabona's research is relevant to businesses as well as just individual relations. Moving on now, a few weeks ago you heard me talk glowingly about Groupon's incredibly successful promotion with The Gap. Well, I may have spoken a bit too soon. A few recent articles have come out saying that in some cases Groupon, while great for consumers, is really bad business. Some companies report having lost a great deal of money or been inundated with customers because of a Groupon promotion. One small business owner even called the Groupon deal he did the worst business decision he'd ever made. The reason for the discontent is that Groupon works. It offers people heavily discounted prices, usually 50% of a discount or more, on fun and interesting things. And people buy the Groupon deals in huge numbers. The question is whether businesses can keep up with the demand and profit loss that results when hundreds or even thousands of people buy products at significantly reduced prices. The disappointment comes for business owners when they realize that the Groupon deal was far more popular than they ever anticipated. So Groupon is one for us to keep watching. Here are some takeaways from the news. First, the fact that Yahoo is starting a Y Connect service remarkably similar to Facebook Connect is, to my mind, part of an ongoing trend where social media and search engine websites are starting to incorporate more and more of each other's services. If you've been with us on previous webinars, you may have heard me talk about the Facebookification of various websites. But the reality is that the top social media and search engine websites, Google, Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and so on, are all starting to look a lot alike. Google considers adding some social media, and they have a new gaming social media site coming up soon. Twitter changes its design to be more like Facebook. Facebook partners with Bing to bring about social search. Yahoo adds Y Connect to let outside developers in the way that Facebook does. Even Apple gets into the fray by starting its own music-related social media site, Ping. What we're seeing in all of this is social media and search engine sites merging into single entities with three main characteristics. You can connect with people, you can find information easily, and you can engage with software or e-commerce products made by other companies. Look for this trend to continue, and in a few years expect that we might have 2 or 3 really big social search companies dominating the field. The takeaway from the research I explained on why people unfriend other people is pretty simple. The top 3 reasons for unfriending were because people were too boring, were ranting, or were being rude. The business equivalents of these are pretty easy to see. Don't be boring is as true for businesses as it is for individuals. Keep your content fresh and engaging. The business equivalent of ranting, in my mind, is overselling. Ranting is when you go on and on about the same thing, and that's what some businesses do with their social media pages. They keep posting and posting about what customers can buy from them. That's not good business, particularly via social media, where people are looking for real engagement. So don't rant, don't oversell. And the last reason that people were being rude might be put positively for businesses as keep your eye on good customer service. Don't ignore customers and their needs, complaints, and comments. You don't want people to unfriend you as a company or to unlike you. So take that research to heart. And finally, when it comes to Groupon, I think before you consider a Groupon promotion, you need to figure out whether it's really going to work for you, to be painfully honest about it for your business. We had a conversation here at Pivot just a few days ago about a potential Groupon promotion for one of our clients. And Mark Fordyce said to me, let's assume that they sell 100 Groupon offers. And I said in response, no, Mark, it's going to be more like 1,000. And this, I think, is maybe where businesses get themselves in trouble to start off with by underestimating the reach and success a Groupon promotion is going to have. That's probably where businesses who end up disappointed in their Groupon promotion start to go wrong, by assuming the promotion won't sell as many units as they expect. The other thing I think companies need to think about, though, is whether their business model or business type is right for Groupon. The companies having the hardest time with Groupon are restaurants and retail stores that can lose a lot of money through a Groupon deal. But my hunch is that Groupon is much more successful with 3 types of companies. First, companies that provide services that can be marked up some, like spas or massage parlors or recording studios. Second, companies that can let in as many people as they want or offer unlimited product at little or no additional cost. And here I'm thinking about companies that sell tickets, like museums or performing arts organizations. And third, I think companies that get reliable repeat business or sign people into a contract can benefit from Groupon. And here I'm thinking of utility-type service providers, or doctors, or chiropractors, or dentists, any of whom, if someone comes once, they're likely to come back. So be really honest with yourself when thinking about Groupon for your company. Try to overestimate how successful the deal will be, not underestimate, and then consider whether your business is the right kind of business to work with Groupon. So that's the news, and now let's head into the focus, how to run a social media promotion. I've broken this topic down into 4 distinct steps of running social media promotions. So what I'll do is take this focus topic step by step and talk as we go about what you should be thinking about in each of the 4 stages of the process. The first step when it comes to social media promotions is that you want to start with the end. And what I mean by that is that you should start with a goal in mind. What is your promotion going to be for? What will its purpose be? All social media promotions are in one of basically 4 categories, or have one of 4 goals, so let me explain what those are and what they have to do with social media. First, there are promotions to increase your sales. Sales promotions can be social media promotions by virtue of the fact that you're using social media as the tool to sell them. Social networks become the medium for the sales message. The second type of promotion has the goal of increasing Facebook likers or Twitter followers or similar things on other social networking sites. This is a social media promotion, obviously, because the promotion has a direct effect on your social media presence and the number of people you're connected to there. Third, there are promotions with the goal of affecting how people see your company image or your brand. And in case this looks familiar, that's Andre Agassi in Canon's early 1990s Image is Everything campaign. These image campaigns are social media campaigns often because, as I'll talk about again in a few minutes, social media is the place where you're going to engage with customers to make these image campaigns successful. And finally, the fourth type of promotion has the goal of getting customer feedback. Like image or sales campaigns, this type of campaign can be social media related because you'll use social networks as the medium to solicit the feedback. So what is your goal going to be? It may be obvious. You may want to run a promotion to sell a new product, or to ask your customers' opinions about a new logo you have. But the point is you have to know what your goal is before you get started, because your end point will determine how you run your promotion. The second step after you've established your goal is to determine what the benefit to the customer is. What is the carrot you're going to dangle in front of them to make your customer want to take part in the promotion? The answer to this question is going to depend on what type of promotion you're doing. For a promotion focused on sales, what you're offering to the customer is, of course, a great product, but you're probably also likely to give some kind of special offer. One of our telecommunications clients recently ran an incredibly successful promotion, part of which was carried out via social media, where they offered a free Dell netbook computer to anyone who signed up for a 2-year bundle contract. That was a great product matched with an exciting special offer, and that's the combination you want to have if you're running a social media sales promotion. If your promotion is intended to gain likers, you're going to want to offer some kind of prize or other incentive. Now, some people will just come and like you because they want to show their support of you, but for most people, you're going to have to give them a reason to click that like button. So if you say that anyone who comes and likes us in the month of November will be entered to win a free iPad, that's a great prize for people to do something that is relatively painless. Of course, you'll have to decide what new likers are worth to you. Would it be worth a $500 iPad to get 100 or 200 or even 500 new likers? Maybe, maybe not. That's for you to decide. Maybe the prize is an iPod Shuffle, and at a much more reasonable $60 or so. Or you can offer an incentive. Another telecommunications client of ours offered customers $5 off their next month's bill if they came and liked the company on Facebook. That promotion was successful, and it was funny to see people right on the company's wall asking questions like, how do I get my $5 now? Only to have those same customers write back a few days later and say, hey, it worked like magic. I got my $5 off. Thank you. So the point here is just that you'll need some kind of incentive if you want people to come and like you on Facebook or follow you on Twitter.